Well, good morning, early birds. It's 4 a.m. Eastern Time. It's 10 o'clock in Amsterdam. It's the Early Bird Show, but we're on a different channel this time. So, hope that you found me on this channel. Something went wrong technically, so don't know what it was, but I'll be here on this channel, and I'm gonna give you the stocks that you can trade today. Let me just share my screen with you guys so you can see what I'm doing here. And the first thing that I want to do is look at Nike because, well, something happened there yesterday, as you all may or may not have seen. So this is Nike right now. This was Nike in post market from 134 to 152, which is just amazing. So we got all the way to 153, and then now just wait and see what it does. Opened a little higher or lower now. It's not difficult to understand, but Nike making this big move. I hope that some of you just got this one at 133 and are now waking up and saying, oh, this is just great, 155. There will be some selling, I think, today, but also a lot of other people will step in here. So that's Nike live now. I'm not trading this one because I think it's way too risky to do that on a low volume. So I'm not going to do that. So I've got this little old watch list here, just the 10. And then let us just see and watch if there's something going on here that we can trade today. Yeah, we looked at Nike here at this level here, early 2020. Okay, HCM is on a watch list. Wish is on a watch list. CLOV is on a watch list. RIG, CCL, Plug, BB, Palantir, CLF, and Ford. 10 stocks to trade today. I'm very curious what it's going to do today. So this is HCM. This is what we drew yesterday based on what we saw here. I really hope that someone got this one because it was just really slow trade, but slow can be good even for day trading. So not even for the day trading, also for day trading, I have to say. So this is what we predicted yesterday, and this is what happened. So nice move here, and I'm not sure if it's going to do that again today. Here is all. Hey, Kaimatic, good morning. You have found me. We have some viewers here, guys. So just let's see if there's something going on here. So this is now HCM. Gets above this 200 level here, this 200 SME level here. This is 3059-ish. But got all the way up to 3169 here, so difficult to draw any levels here. Maybe it's a third day move, you don't know that. So anything above 3175-ish would be something that I will be playing today if this one gets up all the way to one of those highs here. So this always was some kind of a level here. You can see that. So this is 3179, 3161, 3151, and this low here is 3155. So I think I'm okay with this 3159, 3175. It has to get above this one, and then it's just maybe, you never know on stocks like this. They don't move like a rocket. But it can move for $1.50 a day, so that's good enough for a $30 stock. Juan, hola. You're not late for once, okay? Wish. Well, Wish had a good day yesterday, and now it's getting up there where we just said that it would go a few days ago. So this 14.99 is still the line in the sand here. Got there almost yesterday, 14.89, but the real strength will be above 14.99. So I'm only going to trade this one above 14.99 to the long side. If you want to, then you can wait for the bounce here and then play to the upside. As we saw yesterday. Also, if you want to see what I played yesterday, then you can see that on Twitter. That was a nice prediction that we had, or an expectation rather. And now this is Wish, and I'm gonna trade this one if it gets above 15, and because I want to see the strength in this one. And then there's a 50-cent move. And then, you never know with this one. Can move $2 a day. Another familiar one, CLOV. This just was not a nice side, what we saw here. Then we said, okay, this might just be the level that we want to get above. It did yesterday. Got all the way up till here, but then gave it all back. So where this line here was once some kind of a resistance here, I think that there's some kind of support here now at 1350-ish. So this 1371 line, which is not an exact line, as you know. It's more an area of resistance. It was an area of resistance, now it's an area of support. So I want to see the strength in this one, and if it's pulling down this 3071 or 3050, then there is not the strength that I need in it right now, because this is an uptrend, but this red candle and this open here right now, if something like, I will play for something like this. So this is what I want to see. But it can easily go the other way around. So that's just trading. That's just day trading. So this is what I want to see. Anything above 1371 is fine with me for CLOV. X, yeah, we're going to look at X. I'm going to look at X. I'm just going to do this little watch list that we have today. This is RIG, a smaller one. Big move up. After the day before, it just had a real nice day yesterday. And I want to see this one as a third day runner, second day runner, a runner in any way or form. So anything above this 468 has to be in play for me in order to play this one. Then this old friend CCL. We talked about this one. We drew these lines because we saw on the Bollinger Band how this thing goes on. Just wait a minute. Take those out here. So what you see here right now is this move here. That's not very good. So this is how it should be. I'm doing this with a mouse, guys, so bear with me. So this is just something that this is just a trend. Whenever you see a trend, and this is what you will see in a trend. So it got above this one a little bit, but if you pull up this you can draw them yourselves, but you can also look at it like this. So here's your Bollinger Bands, just really just following this nice trend up, and what you expect right now here on this trend line right here, take this one off, on this trend line right here is that it has to go up again. So if you are a swing trader and it stays above this trend line, you have to draw it more accurate than I did, but you get what I mean. I hope that you do. Then this is just right now your position to be sure that it's good on the long side, and you can even day trade this one if there's enough volume in CCL. So I'm gonna clear this now. What do you think of my? Oh no, this is not the highest volumes on my list. I'm gonna tell you how I do that in just a minute. Coinmatic. So this is what's going on in CCL. What you want to see here is this some kind of a double bottom here, but there's still some room to the downside. If this double bottoms here, then there is really something going on. So this 27.39, if this holds right now, then your move to the upside is guaranteed. No, never. There are no guarantees. Sorry, did not say that. But CCL is stuck. So this is a trend line that we drew on a daily. If you and I'm back to the 15. This trend line here, what you see right now, if you go to the 15-minute, then this is what you see here. So CCL has this habit, more or less, of falling down during opening and then getting back up on its feet. So if it breaks this 27.39, that's not what I want to see, but I'm gonna keep watching this one if it's going to this trend line here, and if it finds support there, then I am still going to be long bias in this one. So it has to really get this support, and then you can trade it back to the upside. But the trend in CCL is very, very clear to see. So I'm just going to just hold on for a minute, guys, because sorry about that. That was the dog. So let's look at plug power. We played this one here in this area here, and well, there's definitely something going on here. So this is a high of, let's look, 34.40, 34.13, 34.25, 34.14. So I want to be sure that it's really going to be a breakout, another fake breakout. I was trapped in yesterday. So I want to see this 43.330 breaking. It also can just stay here for a while and be consolidating for maybe 1 or 2 or 3 days. It's certainly a possibility for this one before it gets above this 34 line. But if it does, then you want to play this one to the upside. BlackBerry. This is just fading with no volume at all. And just sitting here, and but it sits here on this 20 moving average on a daily. Tries to hold at 1284. I'm sorry. And what you need is that it really holds, that it just can sit here for a while. And I'm a little bit afraid that this building that it does here will eventually result in something like this. Because that's what you expect from if a stock falls down like this and then just sits here for a while, and eventually it falls through because someone or someones are just keeping this one up here, but not doing anything else and keeping it up here. And if those the people that buy it up right here at this point say, okay, that's enough, then it just falls down maybe to this 1162 level, which is the 50. But at the same time, this can happen, of course. So it's just like flipping a coin on BlackBerry. If Wall Street bets or anyone gets behind this one, and it just might get some momentum. So really be watching BlackBerry today, all day. This is Palantir. This is what I expected after this date. This is what I wanted. Try to here get there, but still have some hopes for this one that after this consolidation phase here, it just might go, but I really need this high here. This is 2671, so I'm going to set my alert here at 2666. Really need this one to break and play this one to the upside. If it does not break this level, so then it just might also stay here in this area for a consolidation phase. And then the chances of this going up are growing if it stays here for 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 days. So really be watching Palantir today. CLF, also this nice trend line here. So I can do the same as I did on the other stock with these nice drawings here, but really holds on to its 50 here, gets back on the 50 and then gets up again. So some big guys are trading this one from 50 and then to the upside. And if you want to see this move continue, then you want to see new highs here. So this is a high, and this high is higher than this high. This high is higher than this high. This high is higher than this high. So these are all higher highs on this scheme, and these are all higher lows. So the potential here is that if you're swing trading this one, then this high has to be higher than this high. So this has to end somewhere here. But as a day trader, I just want to see this 2218 get broken and then play this one to the top. Fought, we expected a lot of fought, but did not do exactly what we wanted it. So what we wanted it to do. So this is now a drawback here. So this line here is these are not real trend lines, but this form that you see here is something that you see more often. And then sometimes there is something like this going on here, then just might do something like this, and then eventually you want to see the break here. So for day trade, I'm not sure if it's gonna do that today, but I'm just gonna keep this one on my watch list. I'm not gonna discuss. Come on. I'm not gonna discuss this one every day, but these highs here, this 1553 and this 5055, if they break today, then just might get some momentum, but I honestly think that something like this will happen. So it's this, and then the move up. That's what I'm betting on Fox. So Juan, you want to see X, and then I'm going to show you how I make this watch list. This is X, US Steel. Also this nice trend, and then we played this one, I think, a week ago or something. So this is just a very nice example of how you can play a trend. So this is the trend. Fair enough. I can draw these lines in again. You know what I mean by that, I think, I hope. So this is the trend that you see, and then what we wanted here is what we wanted on what we just saw on, I think, Palantir. This has to continue then, because if this does not continue, was it Palantir or was it Plug? CLF, yeah, CLF. So this trend is really a nice trend up, and then you want to see this one go further to the upside, because you want to see this trend of higher highs and higher lows continue. And what you see, so we thought about that here, but it didn't. So this is something that did not happen. So if you're trend trading this one and you see something like this happen, so you want this one to go back to this line here, so all the way up to this line, and it does not do that like this, then your trend is broken here. And swing trading this one, if you want to, then you can just get in here, but it's a risky play, of course, because just might pull back and then go back up again. But if it breaks this trend line, so breaks this trend line here, it does not make a new higher high, and then breaks this trend line because it does not make a new higher low, then this trend is broken. And so this is the safest play here on a day trade, and I think that we discussed this one a few days back. Now it's trying to get back on its feet again. So if you zoom in right now and you see something like this happen, then for swing trading, something like this, I really would have, I want to go in for swing trading. I want to go in here, but I'm day trading this this stock if I'm going to day trade it. And what I want to see if that it really holds these levels here. So this is 9 EMA, so this 2450-ish, very close to its 25 to its 50 EMA. So let's say that 2550 has to hold here, and this 20 moving average here has to break for day trades. So this is 25, this is 2451, nice round numbers also. That's also something that's encouraging. And then the move that I want to see right now for day trade is all the way up to this level here, 2587. If you see weakness in this one and gets under this green line and under this stays under this blue line, then this is your first move up, and then it can just fall down on you. So I think this can be a nice play if it stays above this 2451, maybe on a little pullback or on strength above 25. It really tries to get up here now. So here on this screen, left-hand side of the screen, you can see there's a 20-cent move already now in pre-market. So really has some strength in it today, I think. Okay, my take. What I do when I do my watch list. So I do them in post-market. So normally, this is not pre-market, of course, that's what you see. So this is pre-market stocks, but normally before 10 o'clock Amsterdam time, before 4 o'clock New York time, you see here post-market, and I always look at volume, because if you see something like this, well, that's just nice. But volume 1, there's nothing, you can see anything when you see that. And then when you look at that, so then I'm looking at the stocks here. Normally in post-market and not in pre-market. And what I'm doing then, this is the daily, and I'm going like this. This is, let's put a symbol on what I'm on a pink board right now. So this is what I do. And then I see if I see something that's interesting, I click on my right mouse and I'm going to say that copy to my favorites. And I'm doing this in this speed that you see right now, because I can see with one blink of an eye if this is an interesting chart for me. And that's just because I looked at this for more than 10,000 hours. So that's something that I do. And then another thing that I do is I use my scans. So these are scanners which are built into TC2000, and they are great. But I also have my own conditions here, and oh, that's a scan plot, sorry. I can also, you can build your own scanners here, and then I'm gonna see if something happens to a stock that I want to see. So this is, these are the bounce plays that I'm looking at right now. Change this. So I want to see bounces here. This is a bounce, so this is now a trend up. This is a bounce, this is a bounce, this is a bounce. So if I'm looking for bounces, then this is, you can see I get all the bounces now on my screen. There are in total 18. And I'm just going to look at something like this, and I think, okay, this is just having some trouble with this level here. There is another level here. If it gets above that and fills this gap, then there's something going on. So that's how I look at this. This is also a bounce. This is a bounce. This is a bounce. So building your own scanners can just make life a little bit easier for you. And so I'm not looking at volume. I'm looking at what's an interesting chart for me to play. And here you see all the bounces But you can also see something like this here. So now what we see here is not the bounces, but all the stocks that are in a high here. So there is, you can play the short here, you can play the breakout. So you see this chart is completely different from the other chart. The other chart, they were all bounces up. So you can play those two. So that's how I do that. Coinmatic. OP, didn't see you there. You found me. Good morning. Okay, Watts. That's what we're all about here at Benzinga. This is now a Bosch trading, but there were some difficulties, technical difficulties. So you are watching the early bird show right now, and yeah, Nike is jumping. Yeah, Nike is really jumping. Nike had earnings, I think, tonight, last night. We talked about Nike earlier, but you were a little late, OP, and you weren't here yesterday, I think, or maybe you were, but we're not in the chat, so that's okay. Congratulations on Germany and getting through to the next round. So this is Nike. This is just amazing stuff here. All the way up here at 150 now, just could not hold this level here. Opened here at 150. We saw this live this morning in the opening, and now it's just people taking profit because if you had it here and you're waking up in the middle of the night and just watching to see what Nike did, and then you're gonna take profit, and also the algorithms are taking profit here. I'm sure of that. So let's see if it's what it does today. Europcar. Is that a ticker, OP? Okay, well, glad that I played this one because you're bullish on Apple because you had some hardware problems. We had some technical problems of our own, so now that's why we're on the Bosch Trading channel today. So it's a Friday, guys. It's always a difficult day to trade because there's not going to be a lot of volatility during the late hours, maybe some hours really late in the day. I told you last week that I was triggered into a stock that I just opened and I did not see. But so it's difficult to really trade on a Friday. We are 30 minutes in the show, guys. I wanted to share this with you. We could not do this on the Benzinga channel, so this is just a 30-minute show for Bosch Trading, so you can start trading and you can see the watch list that we discussed here if I'm trading today, I'm just gonna watch the opening because I don't think that there will be a lot of volatility today, but maybe there will be some reaction to what happened on Nike. That might get some people worked up. And so this is my watch list for people who are tuning in a little later. This is not, this is just something that how do I remove this? I don't know. So BB, CLF, Clough, Wish, Rig, Plug, Ford, CCL, Palantir, and HCM were on my watch list today. If you're going to trade today, please be sure that you have a good trading day. Be safe. You can lose all your money if you're trading. And if you're not trading and you're going to start your weekend and have a real nice weekend, we're going to be back 4 a.m. Eastern Time, early bird show on Monday. So no Bosch trading show this afternoon. Have a nice weekend if your weekend starts already, and if you're not, safe trading, and I will see you all in after the weekend.